No, yeah, out of all those things, I tuned in for a second. The Supreme Kai definitely seems like the snapped one. That was the one
Yeah,
where I'm just
yeah.
like, that seems beautiful.
I
Because
was
I
I
liked
was
that deck when it
very
came out, and I just made it really goofy with that Overwhelm 8 Fu, the one where they can't use skills without warping, and I just keep that on the
mhm,
field with her effect. And by the time you got to that
Yeah.
point in the match, you already died anyway, but you're just like, I
mhm.
taxed you a little bit. It's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's taxed on your opponent's turn too, right? Or is it
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a permanent. It's just when your opponent uses skills, like activate skills or blah blah, they
Yep.
have to warp a card.
That card was really good against Bulma. I'm glad
Mhm.
nobody ever sided that in against me. I'm sure Danny does too when he was playing Bulma. Nobody ever sides this card. I'm glad.
All right. Good to go.
Good to go. Danny, oh god, no, I'm not good to go. Jesus, I'm in puberty. Oh my god.
Nice.
Ugh. There we go. Danny, you alive? Burp if you are.
Oh,
Bleh.
Sounds good. Well,
That's the best I got.
welcome everybody to Team Talk number 11. Without the team again, just like the last one. I know it's been a couple weeks since an upload. We had the holidays and we tried to arrange this, and we finally got everyone here. And I'm gonna call this the good old behind the scenes at Nats. We got the commentators, the man behind the stream. And we have our other commentator here, Danny. He's in the shadows. He'll be the voice of God for today. So you might hear him burp in the background. That'll be fine. Well, let's see here. Let's just go around. Let's just go around. Introduce yourselves. People already know who you are, but we'll roll off that. We'll start with good old Brian in the top.
I'm just kidding.
Hello.
Give him an Oscar.
I've
There's a
been in the game
reason he
for-
was behind the stream, not
Yeah.
a commentator.
When I went to the One Piece locals today, I was like, dude, I suck. I should probably stop doing behind the scenes stuff. I've been in the game for a minute. Android was my original name on YouTube. Now it stays Zero, and part of a very cool team doing a lot of different things like the streams, things like that. But Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I guess we'll stay on the left side, at least for me. I don't know how it is with you guys. It's always different, whoever's looking at
Yeah.
Discord. So I'll go with Giancarlo right now.
What's up, everybody? Giancarlo. I was fortunate enough to commentate nationals. It was awesome. I mean, I had a great time. Probably my favorite nationals ever. We'll talk about it more, but I mean, it was a good experience. It was cool. That was my first time like not playing at a big event. I've never judged before. I've commentated regionals, but that was obviously like much smaller. So first time behind the scenes, it was amazing. Probably one of my favorite events and definitely my favorite nationals for Dragon Ball.
Beautiful piece. Eggman, let's hear it.
Right. Returning caster, but definitely this one was a lot bigger. I think like twice as big. It was super fun, and I don't know, like I definitely I guess we'll talk about the other stuff. Yeah, I'm a content creator. That's it. I don't know. Talk about the actual Nats.
Beautiful. And Danny.
Hey, I'm Danny. I played Dragon Ball since set 2 on Team Crossworlds. I do some videos with them sometimes, and yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we got the intros out of the way. My voice, I think I swallowed a bug. I honestly think when you guys went to go get water, a fly just walked down my throat. Didn't even fly in. It just slowly went in. I let it go in. And now this is going to be bugging me the entire talk. But that's fine. Let's just talk. When did each of you get there? Was it Thursday? Was it Wednesday? How, like, I know with the judges, I was talking to them with that. I want to know how, like, how did the starting, like, went. Like, I know you had the big LED screen with the panels, which was amazing. I thought that was sick.
Mhm.
It was great, especially on the Sunday, everyone watching the finals and stuff on there with the seats, which those seats, I'm still amazed by how comfortable they were. And
They
thank
were
God
super comfy.
from how long that was going on, especially the Saturday. Like, my ass would have been completely raw if it was on a regular, like, fold-out chair. Like, those had some weight to them. But
Mhm.
I guess, like, how was getting to the event and setting up, like timeline wise, because obviously there was a lot of stuff, and watching it getting taken down, it was just like, holy shit, they're still taking down stuff. Like, how much stuff is here? Like, it was crazy.
Mhm.
I can tell you that taking down is a lot easier than setting up. that's for
I
sure.
figured that's why I'm
Uh,
looking. I'm just like, that's taking that much time. How much did it take to set up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got there Thursday,
Yeah,
or I got there Thursday night,
Thursday night.
and
Yeah.
you were there for since Wednesday, right? Or no,
No,
you were there
I
like
showed
early
up.
in the day.
Yeah, I kind of I had like Thanksgiving was the week before, so I'm in Phoenix, so I have family in Kansas. So I'm like, oh, I'll go Kansas, I'll stay there, then go to Florida, just to kind of complete the circuit. But yeah, the cheap flight was it was tough for me to stay in budget for the whole thing, but we ended up having to take a really early flight. Luckily, we were able to get into our hotel room instead of having to like wait outside for like 6 hours. But yeah, most of us I think got there Thursday, and then Friday setting up, and it took almost the entire day. And I think we still had to do a little bit of stuff like Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I think that's pretty much what it was. I was looking at my ticket times. Got there or left Vegas at 6 a.m. in the morning,
Hmm.
and then got to Orlando by 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, I was just like traveling for 12 hours. That was nine hours, right?
9, yeah.
9 hours, yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, that was fun. And the setup. I mean, I can talk through the setup if you want, but
Let's hear it. That's what
um,
I'm here for, the behind the scenes. What did the people not see that you want to be told? Like if there was a little party in the back, you were going a little nuts, maybe not. If you want to go
No.
nuts, that's fine. Let us know. See, the fly's coming back.
I can say that John Carlo drank like 6 monsters over like 2 days,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
All right, let me-
and
okay.
and he ate like an entire thing of gummy bears. He's like, no, I only had like 2. Like, no, we saw you eat like 10 easy. Like,
And cookies.
True.
Bro, yeah, I'm a snacker. It is what it
Mhm.
is. I'm a pretty lucky guy this year. I live in Florida, so I had a 3-hour drive to nationals, which was super plus for me.
Mhm.
So I just got there Thursday night. My mistake was hotels. We didn't get a hotel Thursday night. I stayed with my team. Shout out to Jerry Bishop. He lives in Orlando, like 45 minutes away from the event. Our whole team got there Thursday night, and they went out drinking. I was like, I'm a little I wanted to be professional. I'm not going to go out drinking the night before the event. I'm going to get a good night's sleep. But it was like a combination of like excitement, and then like I'm in a house with like 20 people. They're being extremely loud. Me and Cam, one of the judges, we tried to go to bed at like 10 o'clock. They kept walking into the room to talk to us. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and all of a sudden there's like my buddy Armando is just like sleeping next to me in the bed, and I was like, when did he get here? It was crazy. So like I was like, I tried to do the right thing, get a good night's sleep, be professional, but like the boys just kept waking me up and they were like partying. So it's not like I can go to sleep easily in a house where a party's going on. But I mean, I guess I was really lucky. I just drove in. I worked on Thursday and just drove to Orlando. It took me like 3.5 hours. I mean, it was chill. I'm kind of dumb. Like I didn't really understand most of the technology. So I know Brian kind of had to like hold my hand through like plugging in stuff and doing this, that, and the other. I don't really know what any of the technology side did. You know what I mean? That was like my first time working with any of that equipment outside of like a camera and a headset.
I like looking
Yeah.
at his face there. He's just like, yeah, I did have to do that.
I mean, it's not too bad. When it comes to streaming and just like live production in general, it's just like a lot of it's set up and planning. And for me, Machado reached out to me probably 3 months before the event. So, I started designing and planning out everything from there, and then kind of just did everything that day. And of course, nothing worked.
No.
But that's part of it, of course. And shout out to man, what is his name?
Yeah, I was gonna say like the one guy that
Steve, you talking about the photographer?
Steve.
Not Steve.
No,
not Steve.
Steve though, but the
Steve,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
you're still
yeah.
doing
That
good.
worked.
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, Leo
Yeah, it
came
was
in
Leo.
clutch.
Yeah,
random
big
guy.
shout out to Leo. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. So he was contracted to work and set up the LED panels. So it's him and then like 3 other people setting up the LED panel in the TV and stuff like
Which
that.
we didn't really know was going to be a thing until they showed up. Like
Yeah.
we didn't
Really?
know that the LED screen was going to be there until they.
It was dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I was
Machado
totally
did.
sick.
Machado did 100%, but like we were just like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we knew there was gonna be a stage, and I think when I saw the floor plan, it was like, I think I think I saw a TV, but I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah.
But he showed up with everybody else. They set up the whole LED panel when we were setting when we were setting up and they were testing it. But then Leo was there throughout the weekend basically, for assistance for that and some other AV stuff. But he was like, hey, what are you guys doing? He was, and then I told him it was a stream, and I showed him, my regular setup. So he came in clutch because he gave me a switcher, which switcher is basically, you have a lot of different inputs for cameras, and you can switch between them, have transitions and things like that. I generally use OBS and a couple other programs, but the switcher can go into the computer, and then you can use that as an output for a camera, which is why you saw later into the tournament there's multiple camera angles. I wouldn't be able to do that without him, basically.
Which I thought was amazing. That was great, especially in the finals when you're just seeing over one person's shoulder. Over like it was really nice getting kind of like instead of just one stationary camera angle that you get at 99% of other streams tournaments, just because obviously lower production you're doing nats, right, and just showing that extra level of care really makes it feel that much more important to people at home.
That reminds me, let me drop it into the group chat, a picture of what that looks like. No, wrong picture.
Is it another one of Danny sleeping?
You gotta show that on screen.
I was gonna say I'm not even moving right now. I'm looking on my phone instead, just because that's where everything's set up. But
don't heart it.
I was gonna say,
Danny,
don't
heart that. Oh, okay. You didn't see it, Lucas. Okay.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it.
Oh,
was that outside? Was this just the holidays? That's a thick Grinch.
That boy thick.
I don't know what to tell you. There was a picture right before this one. I don't know when I saved that. So that has all the chords. Leo's actually at the bottom left or on the left side there, helping out and doing all that other stuff. But it's pretty cool. I was super happy how it turned out, and a lot of the setup, like I said, is just planning and putting everything where it should be.
Yeah.
With that, you were saying 3 months.
Yeah,
right?
I think.
Oh no.
For like your setup, how you were like going on, like that's when you were told about it. Like when did you start? Because I know on a way smaller scale, just doing like the fight night stuff, like having to plan ahead with that's something way less than this, and it's still the amount of time it takes. I'm curious on something of your scale, how much time that takes.
I think if I was doing this full time, it wouldn't take 3 months. It would probably be like maybe a month project, probably less than that. It's really coming down to like the design. So like a lot of it's made in Photoshop first, and then it goes into After Effects. It does that, and then I have to do some 3D work for some other stuff. And then it was like
I'm gonna make this clear too, in case like Brian made all the assets. Like,
that's what I was about to ask too.
Yeah,
like with
nothing
those
was given
workshopped
to
out, that's
us
amazing.
Inherently, everything, all the scenes, the transitions, these were Brian made assets.
Yeah, probably never gonna do that again. I don't think I got paid enough to do that. I think I'll probably have it as a standard to like if I get asked next year, I'll probably just retheme it and just
that's what you like.
reach out how I did.
It was already really good to do like 3D work and then After Effects for transitions and all this other stuff. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm pretty amateur at all that stuff in the first place, but it's great experience. And I think when it came down to like having everybody around, obviously I reached out to you for content creation, obviously Eggman. I think last year I did Giancarlo, right? Yeah, so it's stuff like that I'm really thankful that you guys are just cool about. So
thank you again. It was great. It was great looking, especially with that big screen, just looking up and seeing my big ugly mug on the screen, or facing a guy and I was facing away from the screen. They're looking like, is that you on the fucking screen? I'm just like, I say, yeah, I'm gonna lose now. Good luck.
Don't take this guy's advice.
Yeah, don't listen to him. He's nuts.
Bro,
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, bro. The worst thing about being like a YouTuber / player is when somebody like beats you and then tells you how much they like your videos. Like
Yep.
it's so fun.
Mhm.
I'll tell a little quick story because obviously I wasn't playing. My buddy Sublet, me and Sublet do a lot of videos for PPG. And then shout out to this dude named Mark. He was the Videl player who was on stream.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Shout out,
watching
yeah.
I'm watching Sublet play against Mark, and Sublet goes, "Oh hey, Chesco is like my nickname." He's like, "Oh hey, Chesco, come here." And I'm like, Mark is like, "Oh, I'm such like a big fan of you guys. I love your video. Shout out to Mark. He was an awesome guy." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, bro." We were talking, and then he proceeded to like dumpster Sublet with like Cell Zeno. He's like Goku faded rivals, Piccolo faded rivals, swing queen, Cell Zeno swing, and Sublet was like, "All right, good game." And so like he's like signing the slip and he's talking about like, "Oh, I love your videos," and I'm just like, damn, this shit is hilarious. Like just like when you got completely dumpstered and then you just have to sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it." Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
My super quick story. Regionals bubbling out. Sit across the guy. You're Eggman. I'm playing your deck that you made on your channel the other day. I'm like, cool. Dumpsters me with it. Like just completely. This is like a last chance regionals to get to 2019 Nats. I had to drive like 8 hours to Texas. And he's like, oh, I love your stuff. You should have run this deck instead.
Yeah, you probably should have.
Yeah.
You should have borrowed his deck.
Yeah,
exactly.
You're just like, where'd you get that idea?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if we're going on quick stories there, that was the same
Yeah.
thing. My first round opponent, he beat me. He was playing SS4. We finished the match. He was just looking at me because we had the masks on, right, too.
Mhm.
So it was another layer to that. He's just like, your voice is very familiar. I'm like, what? And he's just like, do you do those team talks? Like, and then he was going through it, and he's just like, oh yeah, I just like do cleaning work around the house, so I only recognize your voice. I had no clue what you look like. And I was like, oh, funny. And then the same thing happened, oddly enough, in the washroom where someone just like, I said something about the paper towel, and he's like, they like looked, and and then he read the back of my jersey. He's just like, oh, you're Kyle Ken Cards. I'm like, I recognize your voice. I'm like, what the like? Why is everyone recognizing my voice? The funniest one was there was two. Oh my God, Kyle Chris, I love your videos. And I was just like, thank you. I just took it. I pissed my pants laughing.
Yeah.
I think your voice is more recognizable than like any other content creators.
I don't know
Honestly.
how. I
you
don't
have
get
a
it.
very
What do you
distinct
mean?
voice, yeah.
Have you
Sure.
not watched your own trailers? Like,
Yeah, but in the trailer, I'm talking like this. Okay, that's the
No,
difference.
bro, the Armando,
Down here, you still have an accent. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
around
guess so.
yeah.
the Armando versus Sublet trailer is like probably one of the funniest community videos we have in the card game.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
That thing was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I did enjoy that, and the
Yeah.
content creator is probably my favorite one I've done for the Fight Night series. Which fair enough, that was the big anniversary one. But yeah, the Hermit style one made me piss myself making it, especially with Jimmy's little like clips before he does a segment, and I just had those
Yeah.
instead, with just the most random videos possible. But
I mean, Kevin beat my ass in that one, so I just I thought we were playing fun decks. I guess not, man. Yeah.
yeah, that was you know, that's what happens at Fight Night. I don't know what it is. There just needs to be a wide ban list the next time we do one, which people keep asking. So when are you doing one? I'm like, I gotta set shit up. I gotta talk to TCG Metals for the pricing. It's a headache and a half. But enough about fucking dog shit that I do. We're here to talk about you guys. We went on with like people and like the setup and everything Saturday, or sorry, I guess Friday. You guys, there was a little bit of stream stuff, or no, or any at all. I can't remember. I'm literally. It happened more than a month ago. I've already forgot everything. That might be due to the alcohol after Saturday, but
the plan was to stream LCQs, but
okay.
It was tentative to if we got set up on time or not. Being rushed and or not having enough time to set up sucks, because I mean it's sort of like the more time you set up is to prevent other issues happening in the future. So like when you don't have enough time, then you just run into those issues, and then worse things happens, like the stream goes down or something like that. But I think we ended up just doing a couple LCQ rounds and then team wars.
It was the team.
Sure.
No, I don't think we did LCQs because they were really cranking those out.
Yeah, we did. There was some random event going on Friday. It was either like a gunslinger or like some type of on-demand pod. and then we did teams, yeah. And I feel like we only got like 3 or 4 games. It is what it is. Like,
Still something, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how it went down, you know.
Yeah, but I think it's good just to test the equipment because we were having some issues just making sure the cameras were happy, and yeah, it's not easy because we were running it off it was a powerful but a laptop at the same time, because that's limited resources in itself too.
Didn't get stolen. That's all I care about.
There you go.
We
I guess
literally
it's a
spent-
bonus.
I think we spent the most time just setting up the camera for just the game. I think like in the ballpark of like 3+ hours, like trying many different angles.
Oh,
Glare's
yeah.
the worst. Glare's so hard for card games.
Glare was like
ridiculous.
the number one enemy.
I now have a secret tech for that. I now
turn
have a
off
secret
all the
tech.
lights.
No, it's a filter. Just a lens filter. That's all it is.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's a secret tech now, and it's like a one of, you know what I'm saying, in a deck.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Glare is never going to be an issue. But yeah, we did take some time. We moved the table like 14 times, and like the chords and the distance, and then you also have to figure out that like since the stage is here and then we're over here, the closer the distance the players will be able to hear. Which reminds me of Marcus. He just didn't like the headset that we gave him.
No, we're like, yeah,
yeah.
we tried.
I mean,
I understand why you didn't like it, but like we need something.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was a challenge. It was a challenge, but we ended up getting there. And then, like I said, there's a headset on at the stream table, so that way they can't hear. It's like muffled, but they can hear each other, and that was a challenge too. But pretty much.
Interesting. So let's say moving on to Saturday. Saturday, you're setting up. When does the stream start Saturday? Because obviously, being a player
on time,
different.
of course.
There you go.
It was almost on time, I think. Pretty sure it was on time.
No, but I'm saying like how before like round 1 and stuff. Because I know they had it up on screen, and then the creators of the game came out, did their announcement about the digital version, so we saw different stuff going on the screen. I'm assuming that didn't go directly to the stream feed, or
oh yeah, you guys
no.
didn't.
Was that day 1 or was that day 2?
That was
day one
main
of
event.
Main event day 1, but that was Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
The second day we were there.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was like start of finals they dropped the client, because I thought it was Sunday morning, not Saturday.
No, it was before like it was before nationals like started. It was bro, that room was that was definitely one of the best moments of the weekend, because it was just you know, I was screaming and clapping and the whole room was screaming. It was it was so loud, and now digital client, I mean, that's crazy.
Big news.
Yeah, sidetrack. How are we feeling about that? Or what are the hopes? I'm hoping.
Unbelievably optimistic. You can't take me down from this pedestal.
I was gonna, especially someone playing untap all the time on stream. It definitely would be a nice breath of fresh air.
There will be no issues with it. It will release on time.
I'm cautious as hell. I don't know
what.
About what? About what, Danny?
Everything.
Oh,
everything.
That's not founded. No way.
If it's like okay. Like baseline, all I'm asking, it doesn't even have to be like, it could be untapped light. You know what I mean? Like maybe like they don't handle any of like the effects for you, but they gotta give us rank. You know what I mean? Like
a ladder
system.
Yeah,
a ladder.
I think there will be,
I
not the way you think. Yeah, I don't think so. Because if you played any other Dragon Ball game, the rank system sucks. Like Fighters is okay, but that's like the only one. Like if you play any other Dragon Ball game,
I think every
just
single
copy
Hearthstone,
the other ones. Yeah, just copy Hearthstone, Master Duel, MTG Arena.
Every single digital card game has the exact same ladder. They just repack it. Really, actually, every esports game, like League of Legends, like he said, Hearthstone's, Master Duel, like you can change. They just change the colors. Like sometimes you have like bronze, silver, gold, plat, and then sometimes you have whatever. Like I agree with Eggman. I'm gonna take off probably 3 or 4 days of work just to stream 3 or 4 days in a row. And I mean, I'm not even like a big content creator. I believe in the digital client. Like Bandai is a video game company. They're not like licensing it out to some third party. Like it's going to be developed in house. Like it's going to be done well. I believe it will be done well. And I'm going to take maybe 3 or 4 days off of work when it comes out just to stream. And I hope. I said this at nationals. I hope we get legacy support. So like, I would like to be able to just play like any format. I don't want to be locked into the days format. Like I would like to be able to not a ranked mode, but like a free play mode where I can play set 2 with my buddies or set 6, set 7, whatever set I want to play.
That'd be cool.
That's what I want because I want to copy Simo's History of Yu-Gi-Oh, except do it with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, George and I did that, or at least tried to.
I-
I think
yeah.
we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I tried to do the video, but obviously we got interrupted at Nats. But yeah, I totally agree. I personally think that we should start like in the first 5 or 6 sets, maybe ban lists a little bit, and then just add that on so people has an
Really?
incentive to come back.
So more of the what the hell's the Yu-Gi-Oh phone game? Duel Links? Like
Duel
how they
Links.
started that
Probably
off
Duel
slow.
Links,
How they
yeah.
started off
Yeah.
slow with just like dual
Yeah.
monster
It has
stuff
different
in
rule
GX.
sets. It has a different rule set too.
Yeah,
but
that true. We
Did-
want to keep the same rule set. Yeah, because they did what 3 like monster card zones and 3
Yeah.
like it was
Yeah.
smaller to fit on your phone.
Very simplified version. Yeah.
I think if they did that, like Duel Links or Master Duel, that's the 2 options they have. I feel like because they can do, like I said, first 5 or 6 sets, add a little bit of a ban list, and then release a set every month or so, or every 2 months, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Because
No, I don't want that at all. I want every single card available today's format. I want to have regionals on the digital client, and then absolutely, yeah. That's I would love to see. That'd be insane.
That's a
the
good
reason why
thing.
it's not going to happen is because they want to promote the physical game. So
Mhm.
why would
Yeah.
you ever play the physical game if you already have
Because-
everything digital? There's
Because
no
it's pretty cards, pretty
Because
cardboard.
Duel Master,
Nah,
not
man.
Duel Master, Master Duel has its own regional format where like they have their own regional like nationals format. So did Duel Links had its own
But that's also
regional format
because
as well.
the Japanese ban list and the American ban list are different because the card pools are different. Meanwhile,
OC.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
not in Master Duel though.
Yeah, but Master Duel has its own card pool too. It's not the exact.
Yeah, that's
same.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
but
what it is.
I just see it as a business standpoint because like
Right.
you already are a small game, right? Like we're
Yeah.
talking the scales of Master Duel and Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh can live with the digital client. They have 2 digital clients. Like that's crazy, right? Like
Yeah.
2 major digital clients, and they're doing perfectly fine. Same thing for Magic and obviously Hearthstone, but Hearthstone's the whole thing. For Dragon Ball, I feel like as a smaller game, it just makes sense to start small or
Yeah.
early.
It's got to go on the phone too. I think that I just
Yeah.
thought of that. Like
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I think it will, but I don't know.
people love it. You know, like on the crapper, they love playing card games on the crapper,
I also
or like
think
in the
it's gonna be-
car. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
while
think it'd be hard to
driving.
like port that over. Yeah, I mean it's a card game. Like with
My 2
Yeah.
more cents though is that one, like all these other card games have had like clients before, so they can build up their library. I don't know if like dropping 20 sets of cards into the Dragon Ball universe to people who have never even heard this card game in the last 5 years is
another
really
thing.
the way to go. So
Yeah.
as much as I want the whole thing, my prediction is they're probably going to start light just to get people into the IP, into the card game, and probably ramp it up. They'll probably have full rule set, but like most people still haven't played like the first 5 sets of this game because they didn't know it existed, right? So
have you
that's-
guys like really looked at the trailer though?
Well, you see set
If
1
you-
Goku, right?
Yeah,
The
you see
green
that.
Goku.
and
That's
you
what I
also-
was going to ask about. How do you guys feel about that? And obviously, you guys brought out an answer before I even asked it. But that's
But if
what
you-
people were thinking, right?
That's
Is
exactly
it-
that's exactly what it is. If you look
Yeah.
closely, there's also the I think that's set 7. I think that's set 7. It's the critical Goku. Like you swing and you take a crit. That's from the Vegito deck, I think.
who has Champa on the
I
board?
don't know. He has
What's that?
Chomp on the board. Yes, yes.
What's he
The
doing?
double strike Chomp.
Hmm.
But it's just stuff like that I'm like, I don't know if they'll go all out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a way to do it too. The way you're thinking, because I was thinking like, how do they do the past 19 sets, right? Like, do they just
Mhm.
do like a 1 flat fee? You want these cards, pay this, and then you get packs for the newer sets. But if you're doing
Mhm.
that, that's also something different because we're thinking they're gonna go freemium with this, right? Is that the
Oh, of
thoughts?
course, yeah.
No.
We got
yeah,
loot
Like
boxes or whatever.
not a set price and then DLC like packs. Like
No, yeah,
it'll
we're
be.
getting
I
we're
think that's the
getting-
best way to do it.
we're getting the Hearthstone version of Dragon Ball. You're gonna buy packs, open them,
Yeah.
disenchant your cards to get some form of dust or currency.
If we're lucky, they'll
buy
let us
new cards.
disenchant them.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
lucky.
I mean Marvel Snap
Yeah,
is
if we're
Marvel
lucky.
Snap don't care about that. Marvel Snap is like you get what you get. Like,
Oh, really? There's no there's no
A
like
little
trading
bit.
system.
No, I mean everyone has technical access to everything. It's just that like now the token system is a little different, but it's whatever.
But Snap
better
is a
put Snap.
10-card deck, though, right?
12 card, yeah.
12-card
Is it
deck.
12? I thought it was 10.
Yeah.
How the
It's
hell's
fine.
that
I
a
don't
deck?
know.
That's a hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Hearthstone system would be perfect. Like $1 a pack, like obviously way less than paper.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
and then I mean I'm down to crack some packs online, but
Yeah.
But
it should
but
be
here's the
cheap.
thing. Bandai knows like hardcore people who've been playing this game for years. They're gonna get our money no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Like we are not the demographic. Ironically, we are
Of
the
course
people
not.
who are fringe card game players are the demographic. So
Mhm.
again, starting with less than 10 sets, so people have like an idea of how the game plays instead of just dropping the entire collection is my guess, but I have literally no idea.
Yeah. I'm
That'd
excited.
be fun though.
I'm excited
Yeah.
though, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
even
mean,
as a
I
rookie.
also wouldn't be mad if they just reset from set 1 because like
Mhm.
I started playing in set 1 like when the game came out, and set 2 is still to this day one of my all-time favorite formats of all time. And then set 3 is good if you ban Mecha Frieza and Ginyu. Like
That's
the,
what I'm saying.
Mhm.
like the format of set 3, if you ban like 1 or 2 leaders, is really good. And set 1 is good. It's a little less balanced than set 2. Because like Vegeta is like one of the there's only really 2 playable leaders, but I mean it's like we didn't know that at the time. We were playing like any random deck because we didn't know at the
Vados.
time you could just like whatever.
Yeah, I'm excited. There's supposed to be more information about our, so we only got a couple months before we
1 month.
find out some more.
It's
What is
only
it?
1 month till it comes out, really?
No, 1
Or-
month till we get more details.
What is it?
So-
Mar- is
Oh,
it the
okay.
beginning of March?
But yeah, but
Or-
beginning.
I
Oh,
thought
beginning
I
of
thought you were
March, that's
saying
right. I thought it was
March.
end of February. That's my bad. Yeah, 2
It's about
months.
the same thing.
I would assume we're getting more info at Worlds, right? That's probably the battle hour thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, Worlds is part about our. There.
I get what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't even think about it like that, like starting that far back. But it does make sense in that sense because they're not kind of marketing it towards us, like you're saying. They're marketing. We need more people in this game. One thing I was thinking: do you think they will ever do like how Pokemon with the codes and the packs, just to
Oh, I
get
hope
people?
so.
I'm saying just to get
I
people
hope
kind of
so.
like, here's the online
I hope
client.
so.
Oh, you bought this box and you redeem this many codes. You still don't got the cards you want now. Just put a little extra money into the game, and then you will you'll buy those packs as well too. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool twist.
I like. There's no one who loses in that. Like
Mhm.
to add
Yeah.
codes to packs. There's 0 people who lose in that because Bandai is still getting money in the packs, and they're also advertising their digital client, and then we get free cards. Well, not really free because we
Yeah.
just paid for it.
But
Which is
that's,
extra.
that's another
But-
thing for people that play the digital game, right? So it's like, okay, maybe I'll go buy a pack, whatever,
Exactly.
and then I'm gonna get a code. Worst comes to worst, even if I hate the cards in there, I still get another chance online.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of a vicious cycle? It's whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, what were you saying there? I cut you off.
I think sprinkling in free packs is like important. I hope they do that. You know what I mean? Like just you get packs just for playing, and buying physical packs should give you codes too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and even just getting like packs for going to regionals, like digital packs too. Like I don't know. I'd be as bold as to give up physical cards for going to regionals, but if it was like an additional, price or promo, that'd be kind of neat.
That's a thing too, right? People go to these things for alt art
Mhm.
online. You can make it all dazzly and make it shine, whatever kind of digital
I don't
stuff you
know.
want, right?
I don't know about that. That's a little suspect.
Is
Yeah.
Carlo out? Okay, he's
Yeah,
gone.
Carlo, yeah.
He's
It's
there.
so
he goes.
suspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
disrupted
a
the
little
internet.
sus.
Yep, there,
Very
and he's
sus.
gone. Okay.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank
Hey.
you. Appreciate it.
Back from the
Good to
shadow
be
realm.
back.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were going on about, digital card game free
Digital
packs.
cards,
Dude,
You're talking about the day 2, and they were clarifying like when it was announced. And then
Yeah,
we just
I
started
don't know.
talking about that,
I'm losing my mind. Digital client. The last thing I wanted to say on there is if they actually have like the freemium video game kind of dailies, because that's what gets
Mhm.
people to always go log in, even if you weren't gonna play. Like, God, if I log in for
Yep.
7 more days, I'll get those gems. Just like if you played Legends or whatever. I haven't played that in
Yeah.
years. There's probably a couple of gems screaming at me to come back, but
If
Just
they don't
can't do
make me
it.
feel like a bad person for not logging in every day, they do it wrong. Like,
See.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
it needs
Yeah,
to be part of my
true.
daily routine.
Mhm.
It's the addiction. They have that like phone apps have that down, man. Like
Yeah, they
God,
are.
it is. It's almost. I'd honestly call it evil, but whatever.
Oh, they're doing
You
their
gotta do what
job,
you gotta
man.
do.
Yeah, money's
They're
money.
doing their
Yep.
job.
But do we finish
3?
day 1 of the main event? Yeah. So what time did you guys get out of there? Because I know like everyone was like
You're
what 1
fine,
a.m.
Oh
man.
God.
Yeah,
We
you guys
should've
you guys
just slept
slept
there,
there. I was
honestly.
gonna say yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
It would have been a better idea to just to sleep.
That's why I was drinking so many monsters, because it was like our only opportunity to really sleep was Thursday night,
Mhm.
and it
Yep.
just like I missed my opportunity to sleep Thursday night, so I got like maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Friday night, same thing, 2 to 3 hours. Saturday night, I don't like. Yeah, it would have
Less.
been. We really should have slept at because that was rough. We left at like 1 something.
Mhm.
Then went to. Luckily, my hotel was really close, and then
Well, we
had to
got
be
there
back.
like before 8, right?
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Around 8. Yeah, 8 in the morning.
7 or 8.
No. We got back at 7. 7:00.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
Oh
7
yeah,
Sa-
yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Saturday and Sunday were 7, and then Friday
Yes.
was 8. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was just like every night for me was like less than 4 hours of sleep, and that's fine for like one night. Like day 1, I felt fine, but then like by the 3rd day, I was like, man, I'm really tired, and like I was just pounding monsters like every 3 hours. I was like, oh, I'll just drink another monster, and then
Sunday
Yeah.
was rough.
yeah,
I was so tired. It was crazy.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it just all
Saturday-
piles up.
We didn't get any food besides the snack on Saturday, right?
Don't get me started on
Um,
food
No,
in
we
that
got
venue.
we got
We got some
lunch.
burgers.
We got
Yeah,
some
we got some
burgers.
burgers.
We got
Burgers.
lunch.
But we got
Shout-
nothing for dinner.
Shout out
We
China,
got out
though.
at 1 a.m. So
Yeah.
like myself, Brian, me, and George, we were like we went to a Wendy's and we waited 30 minutes in that line to be
Oh, that
like
was
the
terrible.
last customer before they closed at 2. Like ate some like dry nuggets and passed out. Like that was actually, you wanted to go to a gas station though, right, Brian?
I wanted to go to what's it called? It's only on the East Coast. Wawa.
Cheese?
I wanted to go to Wawa.
Oh, Wawa.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Wawa, and I wanted to go to Wawa. And they're
Insisted.
giving me shit for going to a
I'm
Wawa. All
Passing
I wanted
out.
to do was go to a Wawa. I was like, what's the hype about the Wawa?
You
And,
could
like,
just
you
not
were-
gone to
Oh, yeah.
Wendy's.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
food from the Wawa would probably have been better than the Wendy's.
I don't think they were even serving food for some reason. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
dude,
know what's going on.
Wawa's always serving
Damn, I gotta do that next time.
like 24 hours. They're like sheets. They're like their kitchen's always open.
Mm.
Oh, did we go to what you call it? Waffle House?
Yeah, we did. That was on Thursday night.
That was Thursday night, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Brian also insisted on going there because he'd never been there.
Oh, right. Yeah, you have to go. I mean, Waffle House.
Go to Waffle House.
You go one time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We've
And it
done
was
it.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Great
like
service. Food was okay. You know?
it's a special occasions type of place, Waffle House. You know.
Yeah,
You
I
used
felt right.
fantastic and followed up with a good old okay. Like,
Yeah, it was
Better than
fantastic.
ass.
It was okay.
yeah.
It was okay. It was great service. Don't get me
It was
wrong.
alright. Had a great experience.
Yeah, but yeah, Sunday we were all dying. It was bad.
Yeah.
No.
It was really bad.
Yeah. Hence the picture of me napping
Mhm.
Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday. So yeah, if it wasn't clear, we had like the two casters on, one off, like, and we like
Mhm.
switch every round, and Giancarlo and Eggman would be first, so that'd give me a chance to after everything starts and
And you
like,
saw it was
round one starts.
a double, Super Saiyan God Goku. You're like, yes, I have at least an hour. Like, that mirror match is gonna take forever. So like,
Just calculate the round in overtime. That's how much time you have to sleep.
yeah.
Yep. It charged me for the rest of the day, kind of, but yeah.
So-
In grand total of like 9 hours of sleep across 3 days for all of us, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably.
this last like 10, 15 minutes of talking was just to justify for the nap I see, Danny. I see. Okay.
You know, it's a good way in court. He's Saul Goodman over here.
Yeah.
But with that, people obviously they're tired going into the finals and all that, and from the day before, like not sleeping, whatever, depending on flights and stuff. But they're playing the card games, which obviously mentally taxing going on that long. It's stressful, especially if you're at the higher tables. Like, oh, if I lose this, I can get knocked down out of top 32. But the difference is you guys have to be presentable and be basically speaking and walking through a match the entire time, which it's good that you guys did the whole one-off, one-on to try. So the worst you're doing is, what, 2.5 hours straight? And then you get to do a break and then go back on again. So I'm just trying to think, like, by the end, like, is it just, did I say that already? Did I repeat that? Did I, like, it's just your brain starts to, your mouth is going faster than your brain at that point. Did you feel any of that? It was just... like, obviously, being on that side, I couldn't hear any of the commentary. So,
I'd say end of Sunday. I was trying to be pretty good at caffeine the entire weekend, and there was like going into like top 8. I'm like, okay, I'll break down, get a monster, and they were all gone. I'm like, no, and the food cafe was also closed, and so I'm like, oh man, this is rough. So I was having a hard time for that one, but I do appreciate, like, obviously there's pressure, there's stress for us too, but like if I say a Goku name wrong, it's not like I lose a game and I get kicked out of top 8, right? Like I still get to keep my job for the weekend, but
well, you'll get roasted in the chat.
Yeah,
you're just not seeing it. Happens
that's
all the
daily,
time.
all right? Yeah,
I feel you. That's me too.
Block it out, but yeah, it was very cumbersome towards the end, and this was a grind. I was expecting, and a lot of other people were like, oh, okay, Redstone SS4, all these matches going to be 30 minutes, it's going to be fine, just aggro, we don't need to talk a lot. But that was not the case for most of top 32.
A lot of blue.
A lot of blue.
I remember Friday, me and Danny were talking, and I was like, Danny, you know, what is your team playing? Because, you know, Crossroads, a lot of good players. They're going to have like a lot of information. And Danny goes, oh, a lot of them are playing Crimson. And I was like, Crimson? I had to look up the leader. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I was like, yo, what does Crimson do? I was like, you're talking about half Soul Striker? And then I read it, and I was like, oh, that seems cool. I had no idea the deck existed until Danny told me about it. And I was like, I'll go on a little tangent here. So like 2021, I played, like I was a player. And for whatever reason, I commentated one event in 2021 and I loved it. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just be a commentator next year. And so I commentated like 10 or 11 events in 2022, and it was really fun. But I just noticed like my skill as a player like drastically decreased. So when I was commentating some of those top 8 matches, I was like, I almost felt bad. I was like, wow, like there's no like expect like watching like Marcus or Duval play, especially. I was like, man, like they're so far ahead of me. I was just like, I almost felt bad. I was like, dang, I felt like maybe there was a time where I could like keep up with this match better, but that's kind of gone. I think my biggest mistake was like I wasn't playing enough. I spent a lot of time playing a bunch of random decks. I thought I'd see more random decks. I don't know why. I tried like just all types of random. I wasted a lot of time just playing this, that, or the other. I should have probably just been grinding. Like I probably should have known about Crimson because I used to talk to everybody in the community. What deck is going on? What deck is this? And like people were talking. I remember Combs messaged me like 2 weeks before Nationals telling me Crimson was the best deck. And I kind of just like didn't even listen. I was like, oh, whatever, sure. So that was like, I probably just wasn't as prepared gameplay wise as I should have been. That was something I was like, I was pretty hard on myself about that after Nationals. I was like, okay, if I'm going to continue to commentate, I need to like put in more work on the player side, you know?
Fair enough.
I mean, that's a big challenge.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah. I mean, I run into that sometimes. Obviously, it's a little bit different for me. You guys were talking about breaks and stuff. I don't get breaks.
That's what I was going to ask you next because you're doing it all 24.
I gave you 40 minutes. All right.
That's the thing. I got one breakout throughout the entire weekend, basically. But the trade off is that I get to click buttons rather than talk all day, which is good. And I've been there. I've been to both, right? I've commentated and done behind the scenes plenty of times at this point. But that is definitely a challenge. Yeah, like it's I don't know where, especially if you have like a full-time gig or this is like your side stuff, and your side stuff is supposed to be your card games, but the card games get replaced by commentating. So like, it's definitely a challenge. So sometimes you just have to drop everything and just do a full-time like Egg does. So
I
maybe
I
that's
don't know how I did both at the like even doing all this stuff full time. I still feel like I don't have much time to play as many card games as I want. Like it's and like part of the reason for DBS is that these games take very long. And like if I think of
Yeah.
it like time wise, if I want to do the most testing, sure I'll do some Digimon testing because I can do like 3 games in like an hour. Like Dragon Ball, I have to sit down for an hour on tabletop, test out that oh no, Chilai's bad again. Who would have thought? Like it is very tough
Oh.
to justify some test sessions on some weirder decks anymore, because if it's bad, I'm not going to make a video on it, and I'm not going to try to justify spending 2 hours finding out that oh no, set 2 slug is still bad, or set 2 cell or whatever is still bad. I'm just going to have to just eat my costs. So it's very tough to keep up with some of these decks at times. I definitely feel it.
Nah, I mean, comparatively, the other players, some of them might have been playtesting for like literally 2 months straight, like every single day.
Yeah.
Like you can't keep up with that.
But, I mean,
With
that's
whatever else you have going on.
That's why they earn those W's.
Mhm.
like a lot of the time,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, I have
The-
literally three jobs plus card games. So it's like Eggman said, I literally am not going to sit down on a random Tuesday and play Dragon Ball. Like it will take me an entire hour to play one game, and then I'm ready to go to bed. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
it's worse as a content creator too, because you need to have a variety of content. I can't just keep playing the same deck and get good at it. I have to play other decks so people see other decks as well, and that just means it's very hard for me to spend time and effort mastering one deck, especially since stuff rotates so quickly at times too.
That's the thing too, right? You don't want to have your 8th video. Okay, this is Yellow Slug part 8. I completely
Please
shit
trust
stomped
me.
everyone. Yeah, this I added one different card in here. I added one more slug. I don't know. You wasted me with that deck, so I can't remember. But
It's even better. I did add like 2 more cards, so watch out.
there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a big thing with Dragon Ball too right now. You just like some decks, you need to think like super deep into like obscure play lines sometimes against like certain matchups. And you don't see that unless you play like 20 plus games, right? Against that matchup specifically sometimes.
Yeah, against 15 different decks. Where it's just like, oh, in this situation I do this, in this situation I do that, and then you're still just barely scratching the surface compared to what like Duval or Kintarsi, like all these guys that are in the top that just probably just banged out, like you said, 2 months worth of just, okay, I'm gonna sit down at this time, and this is gonna be my nice 5 to 8 hour block of just going against all these different decks, just so I'm hardened to these matchups.
Yeah, Duval grinds crazy. Like there's a picture of him after he won Nationals at a One Piece Locals on the Monday afterwards. Like you've been playing card games for 3 days, and you're still just the next day just showing up playing One Piece.
It was. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was like 2 days later after he won that. And he's just out of One Piece. And I'm like, bro, please, like, take a break. Give somebody else a chance. Give someone else a chance.
Man,
this is the grind. This is the
loves
grind.
card games.
Yeah.
He loves card games.
Do you think he brought his trophy there and just like sits it down at his local? Just like,
Probably.
just look at it. Or brings both of them. Just look at them, okay, guys? Just forfeit, please.
I remember the exact play. Marcus did this random play, and without getting into too many details, in my mind, I was like, oh, I feel like that kind of backfired on him. And then like the next turn cycle, when it was back to him, like it finally clicked in my head, and I was like, oh my God, this dude's a genius. Like it just like the way it worked out was like, it was just so clear. Like he was like, I've walked this path before. So he did this thing. And in my mind, I didn't get it. So I was like, man, I wonder why he did that. Like I couldn't like understand. And then by the time it clicked for me, he had already won the game. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's why he's here. Like it was beautiful to watch. And that was one of the things where it was like, man, like I need to practice more because I want to do my best job as a commentator. And like, I was just like, I need to play more because these guys are super duper next level. Like that's all I could say.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
one game with Vegito, they were staying at 3 energy just so they didn't get secret rared against them the next turn.
It
Like it
it
was
it, it took us 4 turns to realize that because we
Mhm,
were like,
mhm,
oh, I guess Vegito doesn't need that much energy to play. And
mhm,
then I see the Kaioken in Duval's hand, and I'm
mhm.
like, oh, and then I go to DBS Deck Planet, I look up what Kaioken does, and I'm like, oh, he has to be at 4. No
Reskin.
wonder he's now it
Yeah.
makes sense. Wow, okay. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
hit him with that Goku
I-
Black.
Yeah.
I think I was just more fortunate in the sense that I was able to like watch my team like play test those 2 months. Like they grinded so much. Is honestly like it was burning me out from just watching them play so much. But it like kept me. I didn't have to play that much at all. Like I really didn't like. I played the most the week of because I got in like Tuesday.
Mhm.
And a lot of my teammates came in early, and they were like just grinding games for like the last stretch of grinding for the week, and they just forced me to play all the decks they wanted to play against that they didn't want to play. So I played a lot of Red Sin
Sounds
for
about right.
Marcus and for Marcus and Joey, so they could practice matchup and like just being able to watch them play all the time, and they're just constantly talking about it. It was just like I didn't have to like put that much effort in, like John Carlo was saying, like just playing. The main thing I like prepped for was actually just reading card names because I was like, all right, that's like my number one goal. I want to actually like say card names as much as I could. It's impossible. I felt like it was
It's my
impossible for us
kryptonite.
to know all the card names.
It's
Yeah.
so difficult for me. I have a very hard time with that.
Color,
it's-
Yeah.
form, character name.
Takes a lot of
Most
time.
people
Mhm.
that they'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They'll razz you if there's two that are like very similar, but you're just like, come on, this is the newer set. Obviously, I'm talking about this one, even though I don't know the full name at all. That's like 90% of the cards for me. It's just Super Saiyan God Goku Negate, that one, the blue one.
Yeah.
You know, it's Triple
Yeah.
Strike. You know him.
Yeah, and I have like the least commentating experience too out of Giancarlo and Eggman, of course. I've only done like 2 events before Nats
Mhm.
as well, so it was like I all I did was like when if you guys ever watch like Magic streams, like that was like one of the more popular card game streams. They like I thought it just felt cool sometimes when they said the card names, and you're just like I don't know, it brought like value to it sometimes
Mhm.
or more excitement. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It's something that I need to work on. It's hard because I do a couple card game, and Giancarlo was having the same issue
Oh,
too,
for
where it's
sure.
just like tap or untap versus
Untap.
suspend your energy versus your land or your mana. Like
Yeah.
it is, you have to hound on that. It is very
Yeah.
tricky to keep all the
I
correct.
think we
terms
all
defined.
slipped up almost.
A
Yeah.
lot, yeah. Well, I'm not
I
gonna
said
lie.
Exodia.
I said security
Yeah.
once, and I regretted it
Security,
immediately.
suspend. I mean, bro,
Exodia, whatever.
I'm not gonna lie. Nothing sounds worse than switch to active mode. Like it
Mhm.
sounds. Switch rest is cool. You rest
Mhm.
your card, you tap your card. That's cool.
Yeah.
Switching to active mode is the worst sentence in my opinion. I know, like we can't just say untap willy nilly, but it's like
Unrest.
like try try to have like when we want to keep it conversational.
Mhm.
Never in my life would I be like, wow, he's switching that card to active mode because of dual attack and then attacking. I would never say that conversationally. So
Yeah.
that's just one inherent hurdle Dragon Ball has built into it.
Yeah, untap is such a tantalizing. You want to say it's
So
so
good.
easy.
Yeah, I want to. It's good.
Feels
It
so
sounds good.
But that's what everyone in the community, like, I haven't met anybody that like doesn't just, oh yeah, I'm gonna untap that, do this, do that.
Yeah,
but obviously
it's
you
always
guys have
untap.
to,
No one
yeah.
says switch to active.
That's
yeah.
what's hard. Your brain's already wired for that. And it's just like, yeah, that works.
But if you do that at locals, like you're a dick, right? Like, who's this guy? Tell me, actually, you switched it to active mode. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
let's not play
Yeah.
with him anymore. Like,
Put him in the corner, and another Shadow Realm user.
That's it. Discord's kind of wonky tonight.
I know.
It is wild.
I think Giancarlo gave me a virus.
I think so.
He built it in the filing cabinet. The virus is.
Yeah, there you go.
It's been weird. I think I know what happened. So let me just close it. Also, I opened up Twitter to check something, and then it like blacked out, and I kept hearing you guys, and it seemed fine, and then it just died. So sorry about that.
It was Twitter's fault. Elon did it.
Mhm.
It's all
Honestly,
good.
I would believe that, honestly.
Right.
If that me having Twitter on my phone is affecting my other apps at this point, like more than usual, at least.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough. But so you guys, finals, all of that. How did it feel when everything started taking down? Was it a breath of fresh air, or was it just like, oh no, this journey's done? I had a bunch of fun. Obviously, I hope there was some of that. I hope you
Oh,
guys enjoyed yourselves, right?
Mhm.
But
yeah.
obviously, it must feel nice not having that pressure or anything, like you're saying, trying to remember the card names, trying to say switch to active mode and all this
Mhm.
stuff. Obviously, it's just like I can just turn off the filter. I can go back to just saying whatever I want. Like, how was that feeling?
On to the next one, baby.
That's
That's usually
fair
after I'm
enough.
done with the event, I'm like, hey, it's on to the next one. I
Mhm.
guess I'm just used to it at this point. It does suck. And there's a little bit of pressure, and like if I fuck something up on stream, especially like it takes a lot of just, hey, don't do this at this point sometimes, and then like there's a lot of addendums and audibles that you have to take care of, especially depending on which TO you're working with or event organizer, client, whatever it may be, asking for different things. Especially since I did My Hero Nats the month before that, so
Mhm.
like that was like the test run for that, I guess. So, yeah,
Comparison,
man.
comparison wise between those two, like
Uh,
how they differ.
you know, it's funny because there's two different energies for those events. I think, you know, for My Hero, it comes from UFS, right? So there's this transition to universes, where it's kind of like this new thing, part of My Hero, right? But UFS players have been playing over 10 to 15 years, and they're like diehard fans. The same people, they're like 30, 40-year-olds, like just still playing the same card game, just with My Hero. So like having a almost, was it 400 or so person event for My
Mhm.
Hero, for Nationals was crazy. It was awesome. Everybody was happy. No one was mad about losing or whatever it may be. And
I
like
got I got one thing that happened that I
yeah,
I, I was I
you
was
got
there for
banned.
fun.
You got disqualified because you're an idiot.
Okay. Quick story because I don't have another avenue for this. There
Jesus.
was the day before there was like there was like a legacy tournament.
Sunset,
I've only played My Hero. I had a friend at the event who's like, "Here, I have this legacy deck for you. You can play in the event. You can get the promos, have a good time." Sure. Shuffle the deck up, say hi to my opponent, play my first card. Judge, that card's not legal for this set. Like, what?
And
Like,
he
it's
immediately
legacy.
got disqualified.
I got immediately got disqualified.
Immediately disqualified.
The first card I play.
Me and George were in the back because
Yeah.
we're setting up the stream,
Yeah.
and then we found out, and all I did was just laugh for the next
Yeah.
like
The guy
2
ended up
minutes.
getting either first or second for the event. So I'm not going to
Hey.
say I was going to beat that guy anyways, but like it was super funny.
Yeah, quick.
If I was
vibes,
anyone else, I'd be pissed. But like for this like a game that I'm just having fun with, it's a really good story.
yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Like it was a good event. The Sunset event that he was talking about, it was just a homage to, you know, all the old players, old heads. And then like the event itself, like I said, the weekend was, the energy was great because everyone was just happy that the game was just alive and doing well,
Mhm.
just in a different form. And then you go to DBS Nats, and it's sort of like it is the same thing of like alive and being well after 5 years. Like I feel like everyone at DBS Nats was like, why the hell is there so many people here? But
I was like that immediately.
that was my reaction. I was like,
Mhm.
over 500 people, almost 500 people just playing Nats. We barely hit what 3 something last year. So yeah, it was two different energies, but almost the same. It was cool.
I was shocked. I was kind of gearing up for my last ride.
Yeah.
I don't think I was the only person to think that. I was like worried going into nationals because, I mean, honestly, I think our game just kind of got ravaged by the pandemic. It's just kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? We were having 500 person tournaments,
Mhm.
like regionals, and then the pandemic happened, and now we're having like 30 person regionals. And I was like, oh well, we did a hermit style team talk like 2 weeks before nationals, and I was like, I don't really know what's going to happen. I was like, I hope people show up. I want to see all my friends. And then when I get there and it's like the room is packed. They show the room is packed. There's 500 people exactly, which is a great number to hit. They show the digital client. All of a sudden, I'm back in it. I'm freaking hype. I'm in there. And I left Nationals feeling so like revitalized. Like my love for the game, like was really strong. It's stayed pretty strong. Like I would not have been surprised to be like, well, this is the last tournament Dragon Ball I'm really going to go to that isn't, I couldn't see myself flying to California again for a Dragon Ball tournament before Nationals. And me and Sublet were joking. We were like, yeah, if Nats wasn't in Florida, like there's a chance we wouldn't go. You know what I mean? Because for me and him was like a 3-hour drive. If I had to fly to California again, I might have skipped it. But then there, I was like, oh, okay, this is amazing. Like this, like I said, is my favorite Nationals. Like I've been to every Nationals, and this was my favorite one. I thought it was run amazing. Like everything I thought went as close to perfect as you can get it. And leaving, like Brian said, on to the next one, we immediately started talking about, well, what's next? What are we going to do now? I'll have I got my flights booked for the tournaments that have been announced this year already. I'm gonna start playing webcam events again. I don't know. Like something about Nationals just put it back into me. I don't like it kind of revitalized my positive. I don't know. It flipped my paradigm. I guess that's what you would call it,
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
No, go on.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious when we finished like packing up everything, and all of us are like starting to take off or go our ways. I like saw Giancarlo sitting in like the far corner, playing DBS. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really was. I immediately went and found Trey, and I was like, Trey, play me. And I was like, play me, give me a deck, play me. I just like I was ready to go, man.
Yeah, I think same thing to the point where like I was having, I think, such a visibly unfun time playing on Untap on stream. I'm like, I'm not even going to do streams for this anymore. This is a good chance. This is the last Nats we ever do, which I was like okay with because I'm doing Digimon content too and in One Piece. Not that I ever want the game to die, but like if it did, I have like a coping mechanism, right? And then it's just like doubled down and like, man, I need to play some games. I need to go to locals again. Like it was, I think a lot of people had that reaction where it's like, oh, maybe this last one too. Man, this is such a fun game, great community, and I'm happy it all is working out right now.
No, that's awesome. That same kind of reaction we had from Hoffman was judging, and he literally came back to like our hotel after. He's like, dude, I need to get a game in. He's like, I've been watching games all day. I've been itching. This is the most I've ever wanted to play a game in my life. Like I don't know if I want to judge next time because I've just been aching to play a game for the past 3 days, and I've had to see other people play, and it's been so exciting, especially like seeing like Duvall win again and stuff. It's just like this is nuts. Like it was just kind of hit everyone, like it hit another spark in everyone. I think same way to that. This was a little different for me because this is my first Nats flying down from Canada. Thank God it was in Florida, not California, because the flight was 1/4 the cost. And coming down there and just seeing that, and that being my first experience with any tournament in the States, and having it be that big, and seeing so many people that you've seen online and you see them in person, like, oh my God, that's actually a real person. It's not an AI generated robot that I've talked to online or something. This is actually a real person, and we're all in this room because we love this game. And I don't know, it was just a great feeling going there. Obviously, playing from 9 a.m. till 1 a.m. maybe wasn't a great feeling once you left, ready to go eat whatever the hell you could find, a person on the side of the road. It could have been literally anything at that point, but I don't know.
A person selling stuff, not a dead person, right? Like
no, I just meant like a pedestrian, like just someone walking.
Okay.
Like that's how hungry most of us were. We had the pizza in the back there, but yeah, if there was someone just walking there, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's Florida. It's Florida. I get to go back home. They won't find me. It's fine. It's that's just
Florida man's a nutritious meal.
It could be.
Python must have got him.
Yeah, I could say it was a gator.
Gators, yeah.
But I think
I didn't see any gators, man.
That's true, 100%. The closest, the only Florida thing I seen, that's just because in Orlando was the Super Saiyan restaurant. I didn't even know it was there. I was passed out in the back of the van I think it was like right when they opened and we ended up there, which honestly I thought it was gonna be very gimmicky and just like okay food. It was actually pretty good. I was actually surprised by actually how good it was. I don't know if any of you guys have been there.
No, everyone
I've
apparently
been
went
there.
there.
Yeah.
We didn't go, but
Yeah, we
that was
went
the
to
plan.
Yeah.
Waffle House,
Yeah.
obviously the better
Oh,
choice.
hey,
Yeah.
we went to that Hispanic
Yeah.
place or the I forgot the place where
Yeah,
where
on
Dane
Sunday
was.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to like almost a hole in a wall place, and of course there are Dragon Ball players there too. So like how can we escape you guys? Like it's so
Couldn't do it.
so
Couldn't do
tricky.
it.
Couldn't do
Dane's
it.
like, hey, guys.
That's the one thing. That's actually what I really love about going to events is walking around the city and seeing Dragon Ball players. I want to say it was maybe Gen Con of 2021 where I was walking around in my group. We go to one bar and we see Crossroads there, and it's like Jordan and all them boys and whatever. And we're like, yo, what's up? How you doing? We leave, we go to another bar, and we see like a whole different group of Dragon Ball players. We're like, oh, what's up? It's like that's probably one of my favorite things about being in a tournament. It's because the city becomes populated with Dragon Ball players, and like they're just people and you can have a beer with them, and it's a good time.
Yeah, that was
that
the
happens,
7-Eleven.
a lot.
The 7-Eleven outside of our hotel. There was a guy there that I guess he overheard us talking. He's like, "You guys here for Dragon Ball?" We're just like, "Yeah." And then he had like two other buddies, and we're just like, "Oh my god, we're populating this whole store like this. We're just here
Yeah.
getting snacks, and then now we're having a 20-minute conversation about Dragon Ball. We're in line, and even the cashier's like, "What the hell are you guys talking about? What is this Dragon Ball?" Like it was just anytime
Yeah.
that people overheard, it's like, "What's going on? We've been seeing a lot of funny folk here. What's going on?"
Yeah.
I don't know why she's from
You just-
Minnesota, but she's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You follow that. We always joke, you follow the backpacks. Like you'll see groups of dudes with backpacks on and you'll just follow them and eventually like you'll get to your tournament, There's always just a group of guys with backpacks you're somewhere around a tournament.
No, but I'm assuming everyone had a safe travel home. There was no like canceled flights or anything like that, or drives in your case. And then
I will say the airport of Orlando Airport's the worst airport I've been to all year. I've been to like 20. It sucks. It's the worst
Yeah, it's
airport I've ever
bad.
been to. It's very bad.
Bad.
I do
It's
not
bad.
like it. For the destination airport for like Disney World and like Universal, it is very bad. It's a bad
set up
airport.
very
Yeah.
weird. That's all I gotta say. It was us like looking
Mhm.
like, where the hell are we? We're going in a cable car now. Like
Mhm.
what's going on here? Okay, we're just gonna go sit at Outback Steakhouse and just like pretend we know what's going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys in a secret. The Tampa airport is the play. It's only an hour away from Orlando, and you're
Mhm.
probably gonna rent a car. If you're renting a car anyway, just get flying to Tampa, bro. It's much better.
I barely got like there and back on like I still didn't make it there and back on like the budget. Like I still had to pay
Yeah.
to get there. It was so going through there is my only choice.
That's fair.
Well, I think
But I'm not disgruntled by it at
Yeah.
all.
he's
Yeah.
he's still fuming. It's he'll keep that in his back pocket for a while.
Uh-huh.
But any final thoughts before we go? Because I know we've already been probably going for an hour or more. That's always how these end up. We just start shooting the
Mhm.
shit, and it just goes on one track to another, to digital client, back to Nats. Like that's just how it be. Any final mentions or thoughts or anything about Nats? I know obviously it's already like kind of like not as fresh in our minds. Already way past a month of it happening, and obviously whatever like certain like little things you probably already forgot. At least I have. It's just a blur at this point. I'm getting old. That's just how it is. But anything.
Yeah,
No.
I think the only thing we didn't bring up was Twitch chat. Yes,
Oh yeah.
screw you guys.
Okay.
People need to
alright.
learn that they need to calm down. And
I mean, you're
that
not
we
wrong,
can't-
Danny, but
It's
Keep
a
going.
losing battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
you
going.
never
It's a
keep
losing
going.
battle.
but this is why
Yeah.
I put the people were mad that I put them in emo only. But I told them straight up. It's like, if you guys keep going, I'm gonna put you in emo only. And then they were putting emo only for a whole round, and I came back. I was like, play nice, and then they did. So, but yeah, people. I mean, we hit what 1,100 people at one point, which is pretty insane.
That's really good.
I mean that beats most like full-time streamers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's nuts.
I made a point. I didn't check Twitch chat a single time while we were commentating. There's no good that could come from that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, I think I told you guys like my policy of it. Like, you know, Twitch chat is it's like super toxic during actual games most of the time. So anytime after it, but yeah, I mean, I think it always ramps up to like Top Cut too. Like when it gets to Top Cut or like very specific matches or people, I've seen it over and over again that people in the chat are just like wilding out.
Yeah, because Twitch chat are perfect. They never misplay.
Yep.
Like they don't ever make mistakes.
Yep.
They have perfect information.
No,
they have perfect information. They never miss
Everyone's a
lethal.
cheater. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cheater. Yeah.
Yeah, just like people in the chat there, someone does one thing and they're just like, "Oh, Duvall's washed up now. He's horrible. This I could beat him with Mickey Mouse in my back pocket." Like it's just all these things and you don't understand like, "Oh, why did this guy misplayed here? This is horrible." Yeah, he also has the pressure of being at top 16 and has all these people watching him literally outside of a screen beside him, and then he has 1,100 people watching him from home, just critiquing everything.
10 hours straight with
exactly
like a cracker for lunch. Like it's
like
it's
literally dehydrated.
It's real out here.
Hungry,
it's not,
yeah,
it's different. I remember in the regional, me and Dane commentated in Tennessee. I remember I was talking so much shit to Twitch chat every time somebody misplayed, and I was like, I remember I just said something like, I was like, well, let's be honest, y'all would play worse than they're playing right now. I was like, y'all in chat suck. That's why you're not here, and you would play worse than the two people on stream right now. And like, I just saw it. It was so funny because I saw it explode, and I was just like, that's exactly. Yeah, I was like, that's what I wanted, bro. It was so funny.
That's what you got to do,
dude. Giancarlo, it must have been hilarious commentating Philly. When I I made a lot of misplays, especially in like the second game. But like warping 6 out of my own hand,
bro, because
I forgot about Koitsukai.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
And still winning is absolutely hilarious,
bro.
That is so funny though,
bro. Philly was bad. My flight got delayed, so Zach was my co-commentator. They were flaming Zach. It's really hard to commentate solo. It's hard, right? When I got literally the first game I commentated, people were talking shit about Bulma, and they were like, Bulma sucks, and I remember I forgot who it was, specifically my Bulma deck. Like Mike also put me on Bulma like a few weeks before Philly. I posted my deck in the DBS channel, and people were talking about how bad my Bulma deck was, and I was like, whatever, fuck y'all, who cares? But then like as you kept winning, people like I saw the shift. Like people were talking about how Bulma was bad, and then every time you added a super combo back to your hand, it was like you converted one more person into a hater / believer. Like at the end of Philly, if you like Bulma listening to Twitch chat, Bulma's the most broken deck in the game, needs to be E-banned. Literally 4 hours before, like who plays Bulma? Like this deck sucks. Why would you play this? Like you're gonna get destroyed by U7. And then every time you added a super combo to your hand, people just were like, "Oh, this is nuts. This is broken. Best deck ever." Twitch chat is the worst, bro.
Like, the hive mind.
That's
so
DBS.
bad.
That's just DBS right there, man. I don't know.
I was gonna say, you seen the Facebook group sometimes? Come on.
Yeah.
I don't even know what like Twitch chat was saying when I warped 6 out of my hand, but that had been like so hilarious for you.
It was. I mean, it was funny. Me and Zach were laughing. I mean, it was cool. It was fun. You still won. Who cares?
Hey. And that's the flex, though. That's the flex.
That's it.
My hand was so ridiculously big, I could warp 6 and still win.
Yeah. I didn't need them cards.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
They were trash cards. They were all extra cards, unusable.
Oh, gotcha.
That must have been kind of demoralizing for Eon, honestly. I felt a little bad.
Yeah.
That was a terrible matchup. Like
it's
for
bad.
the Trunks Cheetah, man.
You can't die, and then as soon as you summon Vegeta, it's like, well, game 2, like
Yeah, we went on a little long rant for the last one. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's all good. That's what this whole thing is, just a long rant. That's all it is. There's no formula, nothing. It's not like I have any questions prepared. I'm just doing this blind like a sheepdog in the woods. So, but just like that metaphor right there just came out of my ass. But
I could
Yeah?
barely tell.
really, that's what I was
Honestly, yeah.
sheepdog in the woods. But let the people know where to find you guys. You guys fight for the position. I'm not even going to say who's going. You guys just go all at once. You can say it all at once, and people will just decipher it. Go nuts.
Eggman with 1G. Do it. Oh, I win.
Nice.
There we go. That was good.
All
That
right.
was good.
That's not bad. Not
YouTube,
bad.
bad.
Twitch. There
Nice.
we go. I did that.
That is easy. Done.
Say zero, baby.
Yo.
Ye beat.
Yeah, Stage Zero, baby. Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, check out Crossbow TCG. Yeah, that's
Yes,
my boy.
sir.
Yeah, I usually make content for Pro Play Games, PPG. Shout out to them, George Baldchado.
Oh no. Oh, do I still the? Oh, I do.
You do, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. You'll hopefully see me on more streams. Yeah, that's my work of art right there. That's
you go.
When are you getting that framed?
Dude, I don't know. I think
Beautiful.
it's more funny that I don't have it framed.
Probably.
Yeah,
you just
I've had it for like 6 months now, and like I just haven't had it framed.
Do you have
But
the
I think
full
it's more
clip?
funny. No,
Damn.
maybe.
I think the
No.
full clip is lost to time because the VOD got deleted and the full clip. I don't know if anyone saved it. I think it's lost to time.
It's from Play TCG, and I don't think
They
the production
don't-
company did it. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to look
I
around.
tried.
I feel like I did though. I think I clipped it. Maybe it
Yeah.
just doesn't save though. I don't know.
On the
But
note
it's funny 'cause
of more streaming, though, we're gonna do some more commentating and get streaming later. I want to definitely do it again.
I'm down. I didn't know we were, but I'm down.
Well, yeah, you're unfortunately you hands are tied.
he's dragging it by the heels.
You wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm more than willing. Like I said, my love for the game is revitalized after nationals. I would like to play more this year. I only played in 2 events in 2022. 2023, I would like to actually top a regional. I didn't play in any regionals this year because I commentated all of the ones that I went to. Maybe I could top a couple regionals this year, and then also still commentate a couple regionals. I just need to do better at splitting my time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Even
gotta-
I played in 1 in-person regional and I topped it.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I flew out to Kansas to
That's
play
the
in a
only good
40
thing
man
I've ever done.
regional.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you
And
did.
half of it because Yuha misplaced his deck for 3 hours. Oh man.
Well, I think that's a great way to end right there. This will just be, you'll just hear these voice when the whatever Patreon blah blah screen deck play. I don't know.